Hello, this is Willie here from the Ozarks, and as you can see, I've got my nephew Sean Michael Bush's cross. It's a fence post that uh, his my niece Bianca wanted to put over where the accident had occurred. So we just made a cedar post. I milled it off with the sawmill and sanded it down, and then routed in and painted Sean Michael Bush, his dates, and then I ended up putting faith, hope, love, 1 Corinthians 13. He had me. I felt like he wanted me to add that little bit in the middle of the night last night before I put lacquer or urethane on it. This is the back side of the cedar, and isn't that amazing? Just something that looks so natural and can smooth up so nice when it's paint or not painted, but brought the sanded with some lacquer on it. It was beautiful. Also, so we've got that today. We got his memorial service today, or a viewing, and I guess what they call that. And then I got some butter crunch lettuce. It's a bib type lettuce, which basically means that it grows from a crown, kind of. Anyway, butter crunch will withstand some cool weather. These are the cool weather plants we're planting right now. And if it gets real cold down into the low 20s, you'd want to cover them or lower. But down to around 28 to 30, right under freezing, they're pretty resistant. They're not going to get hurt too bad at all, or not at all. They like cool weather. Yesterday was our lesson, My Holiness Blesses the World. I've had a whole lot of difficulty on getting this posted today. I ran out of storage space on my recording phone and device, and I've had quite a difficult time. I've recorded it twice, ended up deleting it and losing it, trying to get it for you. Lesson 38, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. It seems like it ought to be able to get my recording done, okay? Yesterday, lesson 37, my holiness blesses the world. And remember, that was the one where your eyes are open and you look around and my holiness blesses, and you identify everything you see, and then with the same type of nonchalantness, casualness, look at your inner world of people that figure into your world and be sure to do the same thing to them. Say, my holiness blesses you, and then name the person or, whoever it is. So, okay, my holiness blesses the world was yesterday and then today. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. Your holiness reverses all the laws of the world. It is beyond every restriction of time, space, distance, and limits of any kind. Your holiness is totally unlimited in its power because it establishes you as a son of God, at one with the mind of his Creator. Through your holiness, the power of God is made manifest. Through your holiness, the power of God is made available. And there is nothing the power of God cannot do. There's a key component in miracles. There is nothing the power of God cannot do. Talk about anything. Paragraph 2. Your holiness then can remove all pain, can end all sorrow, and can solve all problems. It can do so in connection with yourself or anyone else. It is equal in its power to help anyone because it is equal in its power to save anyone. If you are holy, so is everything God created. You are holy because all things he created are holy, and all things he created are holy because you are. So we want to just remember, it can it can do anything, and it can do so in connection with yourself and with anyone else. It's equal in its power. So you want to start seeing that whatever um, good feelings and joy you have towards anyone, you can have towards everyone. Anything that you think good about yourself, you can think good about everyone. So we want to keep this in mind. Paragraph 3. In today's exercises, we will apply the power of your holiness to all problems, difficulties, and suffering in all forms that you happen to think of in yourself or someone else. We will make no distinction because there are no distinctions. Paragraph 4. In the 4 longer practice periods, each preferably to last a full 5 minutes, repeat the idea for today, close your eyes, and then search your mind for any sense of loss or unhappiness of any kind as you see it. Try to make as little distinction as possible between a situation that is difficult for you and one that is difficult for someone else. Key component, try to make as little distinction as possible between a situation that is difficult for you and one that is difficult for someone else. Identify the situation specifically and also the name of the person concerned. Use this form in applying the idea for today. In the situation involving Sean crossing over, in which I see myself, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. In the situation involving Sean crossing over, in which his partner Bianca sees herself, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. Just a couple examples. From time to time, you may work to vary this procedure and add some relevant thoughts of your own. You might like, for example, to include thoughts such as, there is nothing my holiness cannot do because the power of God lies in it. Introduce whatever variation appeals to you, but keep the exercises focused on the theme, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. The purpose of today's exercises is to begin to instill in you a sense that you have dominion over all things because of what you are. Last paragraph. In the frequent shorter applications, apply the idea in its original form, unless a specific problem concerning you or someone else arises or comes to mind. In that event, use the more specific form of application. So the general is, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. And the specific, in this situation involving blank, in which I see myself, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. So I tried to hurry along today because, I say hurry, I'm saying that tongue-in-cheek. Tongue-in-cheek. I hope that my recording made it through. It appears like it did. This is like the 3rd time I've recorded this particular one today, and it's getting shorter each time. I just wanted to be sure the camera didn't stop. So anyway, it looks like thanks to Jessica, she helped me to put a new card in my phone to get some more memory. So anyway, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. Where is thy sting, O death? I remember that from Romans in the Bible. Anyway, Sean's cross, I like it. A little fence post. It'll go in the ground, and I left it about 18 inches long so we can just put it in the ground. I'm going to pull this towards me and click goodbye. We will see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, be aware of all of God's goodness, and know there is nothing your holiness cannot do.